Hello and welcome, this is Medvedev from RoboPop. Today we will discuss how to change the drive shaft for the Sifter in the RoboPop 6T and RoboPop 75. So first of all, RoboPop 6T and RoboPop 75 have the same drive shaft. That means if you will learn how to change the drive shaft of the Sifter at one model, that means you will be able to change it very easily in the second model. And as for the another small machine like a RoboPop 25, the construction almost the same, but the size just smaller. So first, let's see what is the problem. I go to the settings mode and I have to go to the testing mode. That means I have to insert the free and enter. And here I will run the Sifter. That means this part. As you can see, the Sifter doesn't rotate at all. There are a few reasons why it happens. First, probably we install Sifter in a wrong way. That means we have 4 wheels inside and these wheels have to touch this round rail and the second round rail properly. First, we need to remove the Sifter in the testing mode and see what is inside. So inside you will see the drive shaft as itself, you will see the motor and you see the support. The support doesn't spin because there is no motor inside. The motor spins the first wheel and it spins the second wheel. So sometimes the connection between the motor and the drive shaft is low. And in this case it just doesn't give a lot of rotation to the heavy Sifter. How to check it? Just try to stop the wheel by yourself. You can see that motor is spinning, but the wheel now are stopped. That means that drive shaft have really low connection with the motor. The connection with the motor comes from this part of the drive shaft. So the motor shaft goes inside. We have 3 at the new models or 2 at the old models screws which fix the drive shaft with the motor. And if the connection is really low, that means the motor will just spin inside but the wheels will just stop. This is exactly the problem which appear in our case. Another reason why your Sifter cannot rotate: first, the rails do not touch the wheels. We have 2 rails and they have to touch 4 wheels, 2 at each side. And if you install the Sifter wrong and they do not touch to each other, that means the rotation will not go to the Sifter. The second problem, probably the level of the drive shaft is wrong. You can adjust the level if you will remove this screw, and you can make it a little bit upper or down, and also you can make a small change with the angle. All 4 wheels must touch the rails of the Sifter, and in this case they will give good connection and they will give rotation to the Sifter by itself. The last reason why your Sifter cannot move properly, the geometry. If you just drop your Sifter and break it a little bit and the geometry not the round, like an ellipse, it can move in a wrong way or it can move with different speeds. In this case you will just need to replace whole Sifter by itself or try to beat it with the hammer and return to the round shape. But as we see right now, our problem is in the connection between the motor and between the drive shaft. So I will show it again. We'll go to the testing and turn on the Sifter. And what happens? The wheel's spinning, but if you will just stop it manually by hand, it stops spinning. That means really low connection between motor and the drive shaft. So what we need right now, we need to replace all these drive shaft. We need to replace these 2 screws, then we need to replace screws at the end of the drive shaft. We will need the hot gun to melt the glue inside because they put the glue inside and this glue is solid and we need to make it a little bit liquid. So we will just warm it a little bit. Once we will replace old drive shaft, we will install new one with the 3 screws, fix it properly and check the system again. First we need to remove these bolts. This is metric, so if you don't have the metric hexes, you can use this type of the tools. It doesn't take a lot of time. Then remove the second screw.
You will need the hex 3x32. You don't need to remove it all, just release it. Now we have some glue inside, and this glue do not allow the drive shaft to go out easily. We need to warm it. After you warm the glue enough, take a flat screwdriver, put it inside and just push. Congratulations, you just removed the old drive shaft.
Once you replace the old drive shaft, take a new one. The new drive shaft should have 3 screws to fix on the motor shaft. So please make sure that your new drive shaft have 3 screws. Install it and fix.
These 3 screws should go directly to the small channel on the shaft of the motor. Take the hex key and tie the screws.
Once you tie the hexes, we need to make a good level of this part. These 2 axles should be parallel, so the Sifter goes directly to these 4 wheels, and if they are parallel, that means all 4 wheels will touch the Sifter rollers. As I told you before, this part circle and this is not. That means it has some place and you can adjust. You can adjust level like this, you can give some angle, but actually we need to put it just straight. Once we're sure that all this drive shaft goes parallel, we can tighten it. Once you install the drive shaft, this is time to install the Sifter. It looks like our Sifter stays good, but let's check the rails and the wheels. As you can see, this is wrong position because the rail stays before the wheel, so we have to put it inside, and the wheels, all 4 wheels, should touch exactly the rail. Now the wheel touched the rail, and this is the good position. Let's start the test. Again, we go to the settings, put 3, 3, 3, 3, enter, and we go to the testing mode, put the Sifter. As you can see, now Sifter rotates properly, and this is really good news. Another good way for testing, just try to stop it by your arm. As you see, it's quite difficult, that means we have proper connection. So congratulations, we just fixed the Sifter issue, which was caused by the drive shaft connection. So you can use old drive shafts like a spare part donor, because you can easily unscrew this bolt and this bolt by the 3x16 hex key. And if the condition of the wheels is really good, you can save it and use like a spare part donor.